Good evening, viewers. Thank you very much for joining us here on Times Now. This is Nation Wants to Know, and I'm Hina Gambhir. Viewers, the monsoon session of Parliament starts from Monday, 20th of July. 3 months ago, on 17th of April, during the second leg of the budget session, the government had failed to put together a two-third majority to see through the 131st Constitutional Amendment Bill linking the Women Quota Bill to the expansion of seats in Lok Sabha. The reason? The high opposition unity index spearheaded by the Congress party. Now, it included the TMC, the DMK, NCP, Sharad Pawar faction and Uddhav Thackeray's Shiv Sena along with Samajwadi Party. They all said a united no. And now, if you compare this, and this one comparison from that time to now provides one conclusion, that 3 months in Indian politics is a very, very long time. 3 days before the start of the monsoon session, the agenda for the session is out. Government has listed 5 bills, including the Prevention of Insults to National Honour Amendment Bill 2026 and the Registration of Births and Deaths Amendment Bill. Ironically, the political buzz is not much about what's on the agenda of this session, but what's missing from the agenda. The most striking missing element is the delimitation bill. Now, despite hectic backroom efforts by the government over the last few months to improve the numbers, the second missing element is noticeable absence of April-like opposition unity in July. Now, TMC has split. 20 rebel Trinamool Congress Lok Sabha MPs have pledged support to the BJP-led NDA. Then you've got DMK, which stood shoulder to shoulder with the Congress in April. This time won't be sitting with the grand old party in the Lok Sabha. Why? Because the Congress chose to unscrupulously dump its old partner for power. DMK has 22 members in the lower house and is giving jitters to the opposition ranks by visibly softening its stand. Next is the NCP Sharad Pawar's diluted opposition. Party MP and Sharad Pawar's daughter Supriya Sule hinted that NCP SP may support the bill if the government introduces an amendment to increase Lok Sabha and Assembly seats by 50%. And then you've got Shiv Sena, the Uddhav Thackeray faction, that has stated, if the government brings up suitable amendments, all the parties of INDI bloc will sit together and come up with a collective decision. Listen in to the fence sitters.
जो भी बिल आएगा हमें विस्तार से इंडिया अलायंस में चर्चा करेंगे। डीएमके हो, हम हो, सपा हो, 50% के बारे में हम सोचेंगे, ऐसा हमने कहा था।
The upcoming parliament session, the DMK had a meeting of the MPs with our leader, Mr. M.K. Stalin, and our leader, Mr. M.K. Stalin, has instructed them to be the constructive opposition that we have always been, and to oppose this delimitation bill, which will, they say they're going to have an all-party meeting. We'll have to wait and see what is going to come out of that all-party meeting.
पिछली बार डिलिमिटेशन बिल और विमेन रिजर्वेशन बिल लेकर के आए थे। भारतीय जनता पार्टी डेस्परेट है इस बिल को पास कराने के लिए। अभी इनका ड्राफ्ट क्या है, इनका सजरा क्या है, या ये किस तरीके से क्या करना चाहते हैं, छोटे राज्यों में कितनी सीटें हो जाएंगी, क्योंकि ये देखिए ये अपने हिसाब से उसका डिलिमिटेशन परिसीमन करना चाहते हैं जिससे भारतीय जनता पार्टी को लाभ हो सके। पहले ये ड्राफ्ट तैयार करें, उस ड्राफ्ट में क्या है कि राज्यों को कितनी सीटें मिलेंगी, क्या इनका परसेंटेज होगा सीटें बढ़ाने का, इन चीजों पे पहले आगे बढ़े, उसके बाद हम इस पे कोई चीज तय कर पाएंगे।
Now, viewers, the dwindling opposition's numbers has given hope to the government. It's confirmed that consensus building is underway and a fresh push for the contentious bills may be made. Congress, meanwhile, is staying aggressive. It plans to attack the government on a number of issues and is trying to keep the INDI bloc united. Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge, through a letter, has requested Prime Minister Narendra Modi to convene an all-party meeting to discuss the government's proposals on delimitation.
उनके मन में है क्या परिसीमन विधेयक संशोधन, जो संविधान संशोधन विधेयक 17 अप्रैल को उनको 2/3 बहुमत नहीं मिला, भारी बेइज्जती हुई गृह मंत्री की, वो बदला लेना चाहते हैं, पार्टी तोड़ रहे हैं, टीएमसी को तोड़ा, शिवसेना यूबीटी को तोड़ा, ये 2/3 बहुमत, इसको मैं कहूँगा कलंकित 2/3 बहुमत पाना चाहते हैं, पर वो मिलेगा नहीं। डीएमके अभी भी विपक्ष है, विपक्षी दल है। मैंने अभी स्टैलिन जी का बयान भी मैंने पढ़ा है। तो ऐसा नहीं है कि पिछले 2 महीने में कुछ समझौता हो गया है बीजेपी और डीएमके के बीच में, ऐसा नहीं है। मुझे पूरा विश्वास है जब वक्त आएगा डीएमके भी खड़ा होकर कहेगा कि जो परिसीमन विधेयक लाया जा रहा है वो राज्यों के हित में नहीं है।
पिछला परिसीमन जब 2008 में लागू हुआ था और उसको परिसीमन के जिस एक्ट के माध्यम से उसको लागू किया गया था, उस एक्ट में ये प्रावधान किया था कि 2025 के बाद में फिर पुनः वापस परिसीमन होगा।
देखिए, पिछली बार जो महिला आरक्षण और डिलिमिटेशन का बिल राहुल गांधी है और उनकी पूरी जो टीम है उसने गिराने का काम किया, वो बहुत दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण था। आधी आबादी को उन्होंने पूरी तरह निराश किया था। अब अपोजिशन के कई पार्टी को समझ में आ रहा है कि ये बिल देश के हित में था, महिलाओं के हित में था। जहां साउथ ब्लॉक का सवाल है, जो साउथ के दल हैं उनके मन में जो शंका है उसको भी सरकार ने कहा था कि हम एड्रेस करेंगे। कांग्रेस का नाम ही आई है ना, कांग्रेस आइसोलेटेड।
Now, viewers, at the heart of the tussle is the number game in Lok Sabha. Let's take a quick look at the numbers and how they are looking on paper. Two-thirds majority mark in the 543-member Lok Sabha is 362. Currently, 3 seats are vacant. Effective number for a two-thirds majority is now down to 360. In April, 298 votes were cast in the bill's favor and 230 were against. With 20 rebel TMC MPs and 6 from Shiv Sena UBT extending support to NDA, the ruling side's tally has gone up. The new fence-sitters are DMK's 22, NCP SP's 8 and Shiv Sena UBT's remaining 3 MPs. If these 3 camps switch sides, then the bill may get support of 352 MPs. That means NDA will inch closer to the two-third majority mark of 360. But even if DMK decides to stay away, numbers, as you can see on your screens right now, seem to be tilting towards NDA. The scenarios that you can see on your screens are if SP abstains. So viewers, an intense number crunching race is on and the nation wants to know who is going to win this number game. Let's quickly welcome our guests who are joining us on this debate. We have Tom Varakan, National Spokesperson of the BJP. We have Shaina NC, National Secretary and National Spokesperson, Shiv Sena. Nikhil Jain, who is a political analyst. Neerja Chaudhary, senior journalist. Also joining us is Abbas Haider, National Spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party. Good evening to all of you. Thank you for speaking with us here on Times Now this evening. Ms. Neerja Chaudhary, to you first. You know, you've covered so many parliament sessions. Do you think this one is going to be the most exciting one? The arithmetic has changed completely. The numbers are looking completely different from how they were in April.
I think this monsoon session is going to change the face of Parliament. It's going to go in for new alignments which have not been there. The BJP in 2024 with 240 Lok Sabha seats is a thing of the past. Nobody's talking about that. The buzz is around whether the BJP will get a two-thirds majority or the NDA will get a two-thirds majority. It's not a simple majority that they're talking about. And we know, what everybody's eyes are on whether the Women's Reservation Bill plus the delimitation bill, which was defeated in April this year, will be presented, number one, and will it muster two-thirds majority and go through? There are other legislations, 5 legislations, which have been cited. So far, the delimitation bill is not on the agenda. So the session itself is going to be full of suspense. There'll be politics marking it behind the scenes much more than the legislation they will pass, in front of the cameras. So I think we can look forward to a daily excitement, you want to call it, turbulence, you want to call it. But certainly we are moving towards an India, which is not only Parliament, but an India that's rapidly moving towards a one party. or very near a one party, with BJP and a large number of regional parties aligned to it. And I think a new category, if I may say, is also going to be created this time. There's the BJP plus its outright allies in the NDA. There'll be others who will give issue-based support
Okay.
to the BJP and NDA, like maybe the DMK, like certainly like the NCP Sharad Pawar. They more or less indicated this, and there may be others.
Okay.
And there'll be on the other side a Congress with just a few handful, very small number of opposition regional parties. So that's going to be the scenario that this parliament session, the monsoon session, ironically, the monsoon session over the decades has been one that's gone in for very dramatic changes for
Yes.
one reason or another in the
Okay.
past.
Interesting. Abbas Haider, Samajwadi Party is one political party, that probably would abstain. That's the sense that we've got if delimitation bill is brought once again. Of course, it's not on the agenda yet, but a lot of efforts are underway to build consensus from the government side, and opposition is also quite worried about the numbers. So, are we likely to see issue-based support coming in from Samajwadi Party side as well on all the issues on delimitation, or is Samajwadi Party going to stick to whatever the INDI bloc decides?
See, first of all, the Bharatiya Janata Party is just trying to test the waters right now. They are themselves afraid. They don't want to bring this bill up in the parliament. They have seen that, on the 17th of April, how this delimitation bill fell. However, they tried to confuse people of the country, between the women reservation bill and delimitation bill. The Samajwadi Party has always supported women reservation bill. And, in 2023, we all supported the women reservation bill and it got passed. However, we had certain apprehensions. We wanted quota within quota for the underprivileged, women of the society. That is one thing. Second thing, as you have been talking about consensus. See, if Bharatiya Janata Party wanted to make consensus on this issue, see, it's a very important constitutional exercise. I don't deny that. But at the same time, the government, the treasury benches should try to make consensus. And consensus can only be made by forming a JPC where the member from opposition and the treasury benches could come up and see the draft. So as of now, there is no draft, there is no bill. They are just trying to test the water. And let me tell you, Ms. Chaudhary, the Samajwadi Party and entire opposition parties, they are together. And this bill is again going to fall if they are bringing it. And the Bharatiya Janata Party is well aware.
Even if the INDI bloc, you're saying, decides to go against the delimitation bill, that seems to be the case right now, Samajwadi Party will be part of that group only and not will be in that third group that Neerja ji spoke about, which will have parties like the DMK, Sharad Pawar camp, etc., which will support, the government or the opposition on different issues, whatever suits them.
Ms. Gambhir, I don't think there is a third group as of now. See, there are apprehension, there are questions. See, there is no bill, there is no draft. So there is no.
Then you are accepting that you will be with the Congress, with INDI bloc, no matter what. Correct?
Even what Mr. Sharad Pawar has said,
direct
he has
question.
certain questions.
Abbas ji, direct question. Third time I'm asking you the same question.
Certainly.
Yes or no?
Without doubt, without doubt.
Okay.
We are
So
against
there you
the
have it.
delimitation.
Samajwadi Party declaring, pledging its support to the Congress, to INDI bloc on all issues in this session, no matter what. Interesting.
We believe that, it should be based on national, consensus, not political convenience. It should strengthen the federal structure of the country.
Okay.
Not distort it or destroy it.
Okay. Tom Varakan, do you think this has now, in a way, become a prestige battle for the Bharatiya Janata Party, given what happened with the bill, with the constitutional amendment bill in April?
Well, Hena, this is not just a prestige issue for the Bharatiya Janata Party. This is an issue that is connected with women's reservation. And the fact of the matter is, they have created a situation where this is to be blocked because they feel their power centers will fade. They'll create a situation which will create problems for them. So the 131st amendment bill is something that will change the structure of parliament. And that's precisely why they are worried. The Bharatiya Janata Party is very clear. We will negotiate. I use the word very carefully.
we will negotiate with whoever wants to join us in supporting the Women's Reservation Bill.
Okay.
And that is period.
Are you negotiating with DMK also, not friends with Congress anymore?
I will not come on record on this right now. This is at a negotiation stage. Let things emerge. And I don't think this is appropriate for a spokesman to indulge in, issues that concern internal matters of the party.
Okay. Now, Nikhil Jain, it's also going to be a big test for the opposition. The question being asked is, will the opposition manage to keep its flock together in this session?
I think the last time the government tried to move a delimitation bill, they were thoroughly and squarely defeated. I think that's the only first or the second time in the Modi government's 12 years of rule. So I don't think there is any question of the opposition splintering away. Of course, you've already seen the hectic backroom efforts of the government so far as it concerns breaking away people from the Aam Aadmi Party, from the Shiv Sena, from the Trinamool Congress and all the other parties, and I think Tom Varikhan, the BJP national spokesperson, has laid out the scheme very clearly. Usually growing up, I've heard the usage of the word consensus, that the government will build consensus with opposition parties. But Tom Varikhan uses precisely the right word. He says the government will negotiate with the parties. Now, I don't want to get into what negotiation means and what khokas mean and what ED raids mean, but if that is what the government is planning to do, I can't really say what is going to happen with the opposition flock. But one thing I can say for sure, this bill the government is not going to table, the government is not going to pass until and unless they plan to do something very funny like suspending 140 members of the parliament, as we've already seen a couple of years ago, and then passing something. Because the government does not have numbers, it will not have numbers. The only way the bill can pass is by some sort of funny business, and if the government knows that they can't pass the bill, they will not take another embarrassment, they will not put forth the bill, because in April the government did have a reason to put it forth. Because it's quite interesting that even the BJP bites that are going around, for the first time since the past 4 months, nobody is calling it a women reservation bill or a Nari Shakti Abhinandan Adhiniyam, this, that. They are calling it for what it is. It is a delimitation bill, as it was in April, as it is in July, and the reason it was brought in April was so that Prime Minister Modi can go and campaign in West Bengal and say and tell people that look at TMC, look at Congress, they are anti-women, they voted against women reservation, which has my friend from the SP has already clarified that the entire opposition did vote along with the government in September 2023
so, Nikhil,
for the women reservation bill.
When you say that this is coercion by the government,
and as simple as that.
Okay, so Nikhil, when you say that this is coercion by the government, are you then trying to suggest that pressure is also being put on leaders from the Uddhav Thackeray faction of the Shiv Sena? Because Sanjay Raut has said opposition parties will resist the proposed delimitation bill, but if the government incorporates amendments suggested by them, then they will sit together and think.
Yeah, so what is wrong with Mr. Raut's statement? Everybody in the opposition has said that if you're going to actually listen to all the amendments that are being suggested by everybody, we can vote in favor of that. Okay. But the problem is that there is no single set of amendments that on which every single party is on board with. A Samajwadi Party might want a different set of amendments, a DMK might want a different set of amendments, and a Congress might want a different set of amendments.
Okay.
For example, on the there was this consensus built, I think, in the opposition in April, that if you're going to increase the seats of each state by a flat 50%, you put in the 33% reservation for women right now and we can pass it. But the Home Minister said on the floor of the House, oh, I will do this, I will do that. But he never actually tabled an amendment in the floor of the House.
Okay.
So all those things are very hypothetical.
Nikhil says, according to Nikhil, BJP खोखे देने वाली है, लेकिन खोखे लेने वालों के बारे में कोई बात नहीं करता. But I want to ask you a direct question. What's really brewing in Maharashtra?
दे सकती है. मैंने नहीं कहा देने वाली है.
दे सकती है.
Don't get me arrested. Hina,
okay, दे सकती है.
I never said BJP खोके देने वाली है.
दे सकती है, लेकिन जो ले सकते हैं, लेने के दावेदार हैं, उनके बारे में आप कुछ नहीं कहते. Anyway, Shaina NC, what's cooking in Maharashtra? New alignments being seen there. Also, a lot of meetings are taking place. Are you all coming together?
Let me please say that our party, the Shiv Sena, clearly supports the delimitation bill, Nari Shakti Bandhan, and many other important issues that need to be discussed and Parliament, whether it's US tariff, foreign policies, the data, cyber crimes, etc., data tech bills, etc. So we will be proactive. The opposition, Mr. Nikhil Jain, it's consensus, yes. But consensus happens when you are productively participating in Parliament for which you have been elected, not for your foreign sojourns where that seems to be priority. And when it comes to discussing productive bills and measures so that we take key decisions in the House, you are only talking about walkouts and protests. Neerja ji is absolutely right that 3 months in politics is a long time. And after April, you saw the NDA's phenomenal victory in West Bengal, in Assam, and of course, as a democracy, the mandate that was given even in Tamil Nadu. Now, in delimitation, what is their problem? Their problem, they cite and they say, is that there is a lot of wrongdoing and they want to question the census process. Well, the delimitation bill, which is to be passed, is done by a separate commission with a retired High Court, Supreme Court judge, the Chief Election Commissioner, and the state ECs. Right. SIR was a process to clean up. You had a problem with that. You said, why are you getting rid of infiltrators and deceased voters and bogus voters? That was their job. Post which you had a problem with Nari Shakti Bandhan. Now when delimitation is in process and there is a consensus, please understand, a consensus means that in a democracy, majority rules. And that majority on the floor of the House can deliberate, can discuss, can debate. But just to oppose for the heck of opposing, I mean, come on. Okay. Please move beyond your petty politics and understand.
Okay, but you didn't answer my question. What's also cooking in Maharashtra politics? I mean, meetings are taking place. NCP-SP leaders Jayant Patil, Jitendra Hewad held a meeting with Deputy Chief Minister Eknath Shinde. Are you all coming together? Is that becoming one large family in Maharashtra too?
Let me please tell you, our leader Eknath Shinde is so popular that every single day there is the Paksh Pravesh. You are citing the bigger leaders, there are smaller leaders, there are Karyakartas all across Maharashtra who join hands with the Mahayuti and likewise with the BJP. Okay. We have worked collectively only on a good governance model. And for all those critics who talk about Khoka and this and that, maybe they should soul search and see why their leaders and MPs, MLAs, corporators are all leaving them. Okay. Is it the high-handedness and the arrogance of the erstwhile leaders who so believed that this was their fiefdom and that everyone would fall in line? Gone are those days. Okay. Today it's politics of performance, and that performance you have seen under the NDA. Okay. And that's why the Shiv Sena and my leader support, Eknath Shinde supports Prime Minister Narendra Modi.
Okay, Nikhil wants to come in, then quick rebuttal by Tom Varakan as well.
Ms. Shaina NC talks about fiefdoms, and I'm assuming she's also implying about political dynasty. What is the scene in her own party? Who's the parliamentary leader of the party? It is somebody who's much junior than many other leaders in the party. He's Eknath Shinde's son. So let's not put it all on dynasty or somebody creating a fiefdom. We all know what's happening when the parties are being broken down.
Who is a doctor and who has...
Ma'am, as have Aditya Thackeray. Ma'am, as have Aditya Thackeray,
okay, both of you calm down. I don't have a lot of time left on the debate. Tom Varakan also was raising his hand. Very quickly, then I'll go across to Neerja ji for her final comments. Yes.
Khoka culture. Those are gone days, Nikhil. I mean, the party called Congress, I've seen it too well, are recipients for a lot of Khoka culture. So let's not deny that. And when your leader goes international, we don't know whether he's in India or any other place. And if this is the kind of leadership that you talk about, and then you talk, we need consensus. And for consensus, you need your leader at home. Okay. He's not available. And if he's not available, and then you come and walk out in Parliament to grab headlines, I'm sorry, that doesn't work that way.
Okay, I want to go across to Neerja Chaudhary for the final comments. You know, there is this very strong buzz that the Sharad Pawar faction of NCP may actually merge with NDA, may join hands with NDA. Do you see that happening? Do you think Sharad Pawar, a seasoned politician, can actually do something like this?
Well, you know, Sharad Pawar's party is going to go across, even if he doesn't go across, and or his daughter doesn't go across, Supriya Sule. And her words were very clear. There is nothing permanent in politics. All options are there. So she was hinting at that possibility that certainly on the delimitation bill, my own feedback is that they will support the bill. The NCP, Sharad Pawar. Now, whether they will join hands, join the NDA, or as I said, have a category
Right.
which gives issue-based support, but for all practical purposes, on most critical bills will support.
All right, we leave it
That
there.
category, the NCP may belong to that category, but the delimitation bill will depend essentially on whether the DMK's 22 Lok Sabha MPs, do
Well-
they abstain? If the government can meet...
And right now, DMK is keeping its cards very, very close to its chest. But what we've learned from sources is that the conversations are going on. So we'll see what eventually happens. Who will DMK really support this time? Thank you very much, all of you, for joining us here on Nation Wants to Know. Heading into a short break.